Hi, my name is Mariana Milanesi. Today I'll be explaining credential theft. Okay, the theft of credential involves obtaining user credentials through various techniques or tools. These credentials help us to gain access and allowing us to escalate privilege, escalate privilege, or move laterally through other users. Lateral movement and gaining access. To gain access, we'll need to go through three stages. The first stage is obtain access, then copy malware, and finally you execute malware or commands. So, how can I gain access? And I say doing a credential harvesting and account creations. The credential harvesting can be carried out in various ways, depending on the environment being compromised. In example, in an internal environment, the credential can be obtained through the public configured servers, which might expose user hashes. We might also find password files saved in plain text, or more specific techniques such as using more specific techniques such as brute force attacks or enumerations. This can be employed to gather password. Once we obtain the credentials, we'll test them on an administrative resource shard, the remote desktop services, or Samba services or SSH. After gaining access to any of these services, we'll attempt to inject malware or commands. This can serve various purposes, such as discovering more credentials for further privilege escalation, finding hidden files, automating files downloads, or even causing system destruction. Finally, in the step of execute malware or commands, we will proceed to execute them, the commands or the malwares. This could be a PSExec, remote administration tool via malware, PowerShell remoting WMIC, Windows Management Instrumentation command line, or gaining access to file or folder access. This action aims to facilitate remote control, administration, or access to specific files and folders, depending on the objectives of the credential theft operation. Credential harvesting. Credential harvesting is the first priority for attackers during the post-exploitation phase. This is because without credentials, access to critical files, system configurations, the ability to modify or disrupt services and or communications between servers or users, among other things, become challenging. The ultimate goal is often to obtain the admin privilege. In general, if we don't have valid accounts in Windows environment, it will be very difficult to move around. Windows environments are tightly controlled in terms of group management privilege and users membership. There are very few account limitations, allowing for a stealthy movement in the network. As a backup, in case of detection and blockage, returning for the account creation, we have possible to create new accounts and connecting for the sleepers. The sleepers are accounts can provide access to the attacker, or me, for example, an attacker, after a remediation. If a SOC remediate this problem, this vulnerability, you can wake up these sleepers. This is some codes or detections for the SOC or for the monitor, the person who monitor, and block you. They block if detect event registrations with codes, event IDs, auditing new accounts. Sometimes they detect anomalous logins. For example, if you log in, if you are an attacker and you log in I don't know, in Switzerland, and the platform is in Argentina, the SOC can saw that and block you. Or sometimes if if the SOC see after hour logins. For example, 3 a.m. every 3 a.m. every day at 3 a.m. you log in the system. Okay, credential attack. For this, for the credential attack mitigation, are sometimes different for the versions of Windows. For Windows 7, the most important way to prevent this is enabling the WAC, user account control. While it's designed, isn't designed to specifically to protect against these attacks, the credential theft. It does help to prevent the execution or of an authorization commands. Implement MSAs and GMSAs. GMSAs is Group Managed Service Accounts, and MSAs is Managed Service Accounts. For services and automated tasks instead of using traditional user accounts of standard services accounts. For Windows 8, 8.1, maintain a proper configuration of SSP plaintext password. Implement encryption for communication and secure storage of password using techniques like hashed and salted storage to protect stored password. Obviously, protect process, restricted admins, restricted the person's admins, create a domain protect users security groups, create security groups and domain security groups, using LSA cache cleanup, LSA cache cleanup and group managed service accounts. And Windows 10, credential guard, remote credential guard, and device guard, prevent execution of untrusted code. Okay, committing credentials. In Windows environments, there are several potential sources of credentials in their various forms, from plaintext credential, hashes, token, tickets, etc. High privileges are almost always required. LM, LAN Manager, now is deprecated, but sometimes you can see in all versions of operative systems, and empty windows, and empty hashes in the memory of the LSAS process. For example, you can use the tool responder to catch the user hashes, or user hashes, and then poisoning the LLMNR and MBTNS credentials. You position that and then use these hashes to create or use new techniques or techniques for example pass the hash or resolve crash the the hash. I don't remember the word. Okay. Sometimes you can find plain text credential can be found in encrypted memory if any SSO mechanism is active. SSO is a single sign-on, and it's also possible to find in memory process related to Windows Terminal Service. Some hashes tokens you can find is hashes, token, caches credential, LSH secrets, tickets. Tickets is used for you can create a golden ticket or silver ticket. Is an attack. You use the hash, and when you are in the infrastructure using the hash and NTLM, you can create a tickets. ntds.dit term services mstss tsc.exe are some some methods to create tickets, etc. Committing credential hashes. In Windows, user credentials are stored in multiple formats. LM and NT are the best known, but they're also stored encrypted by TS-PKG and WDGest and live SSP providers, and can be encrypted and obtained credentials in plain text. The hashes can be obtained from the memory of the lsas.exe process, which requires administrator privilege. These hashes can be broken is well, I don't remember in the past, broken with tools, or can be used directly for the pass the hash with the attack pass the hash. The most common tools for get these hashes or broke these hashes get these hashes is Mimikatz, fgdump, gsecdump, pwdump, credump I use, but it says require Python 2.5 in Linux, in the new Linux or Kali. This operative system came with Python 3, but you are going to install Python 2.5 and Windows credential data. Okay. Finally, hashes protection. Hashes protection. How can I protect the hash? Obviously, avoid compromising the administrator account. Avoid remote and interactive session with privileged accounts. Properly terminated RDP session with Windows 8.1 or plus. Force the evaluation of restricted admin. For Windows 10, implement remote credential guard. Upgrade the Windows 10. The upgrade for the last patch. Credential guard. TS-PKG, WDGest, etc. SSO mechanism, please disable. And domain protect user group for pass the hash pass the hash. This is the mitigation. Updating the domain protect user group. Okay, thank you for hear me. Goodbye.